Yehonatan. I'm from DaoStack.
And you're the COO, correct?
I am the CEO of DaoStack. That's
Okay,
correct.
great. What does DaoStack do?
So DaoStack is a general framework for decentralized organizations. We build a modular set of Ethereum contracts that will allow any decentralized organization to easily create itself and manage itself on the blockchain.
So what kinds of problems are these organizations having now that you can help solve?
So this is a very good question. I might say that these organizations, the ones we're imagining, they don't exist now because they don't have the right infrastructure to exist on. So let's imagine 10,000 open source developers worldwide who want to come together to solve the scalability problem of the blockchain.
That's a great idea. We should do that.
How would they do that? Like, how would they take decisions together effectively? How would they share value? How would they share ownership? So that's impossible with what we have today. And we think you can utilize some of the features, some of the nature of blockchain to allow that to happen. And on a second stage, to allow an ecosystem of these kind of new organizations, of open organizations to be created.
And what are the problems with traditional organizations?
So there are many problems with traditional organizations. There are also quite a few advantages to traditional organizations, and this is why they exist, and this is why they still exist. But if we speak about the problems, one of the major ones is that in very large organizations, you give up two very important things. One is creativity.
Yeah.
So we know. So why are Google, Facebook acquiring startups in a very high rate? Because they know that they cannot come up with real innovation inside their organizations.
Right.
And this is a known problem for large organizations. How do you incentivize creativity in a large organization? Startups, on the other hand, have an amazing ability to innovate. And this is related to the nature of the communication and the nature of the organization.
Right.
So how do you allow this kind of dynamicity inside a large organization? So that is one of the problems. Another problem is just efficiency. So efficiency of large organizations. There is a lot of energy being wasted inside large organizations. That is related to hierarchy, and it's related to many other issues.
Corruption.
Yes, definitely.
Right. That's so interesting, and I think that corruption is taking a lot of energy away from people, and it's causing a bigger gap between the rich and poor, a big gap between power, between the higher and lower.
So this is interesting. Why do you think so we can say, why shouldn't there be the same kind of corruption inside decentralized organizations, right? So,
you tell me. Do you think so?
It's about incentive structures.
Right. So it's about designing the system.
Exactly. So in the system we have today, you are in a way incentivized to be a bad actor.
Right.
Like, it pays to be a bad actor.
Yeah.
So by designing protocols that incentivize cooperation and incentivize good acting and punishes bad acting in a way that simply makes it not worth to be a bad player, you can change those systems.
Okay, so when it comes to smart contracts, we talked about ChronoLogic and the Ethereum alarm clock, scheduling things for the future. Can you think of any use cases for that? Because I know you have a very technical background.
Sure. So it's very easy to imagine why the governance features of an open organization or any organization would need scheduling of transactions. And as we know, at least with the system we have now, when the scalability issue will be solved, perhaps this would change.
Right.
But at least now, every action is a transaction.
Yeah.
And so every action can be scheduled. Once every action can be scheduled into the future, that opens a whole new world.
It's like a whole new dimension.
Exactly. And if we go just to the really simplest examples, then if you want to approve a budget for something on, our Alchemy, our front end, our first use case that we're building. So that's a budget management app for an open organization. And so what if you want to schedule a recurring payment, or you want to schedule a payment into the future, and so on? So definitely that could be amazingly useful.
Great, thank you. So where can people learn more about DaoStack?
So they can look at our website, which is at DaoStack.io. They can get on the links from there to any of our social channels, join our Telegram channel, get on our forum, amazing discussions about governance and governance protocols there. Look at our Twitter, interesting news coming up there.
Great, and thank you for sponsoring the conference here today.
A pleasure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.